Gombe State Governor Mahmoud Inuayahaya support families of 7 journalists who lost their lives in a fatal motor accident. Gombe State Governor Mahmoud Inuayahaya receives AIG, assures zero tolerance for crime in Gombe State. Chief Imam of ADP Friday Mosque advises Muslim faithfuls to double effort in worshipping Allah in the month of Rajab. Good evening and thanks for joining us. This is 25 News. I am Kizaya Talayo Madami. The Gombe State government has extended financial assistance of 14 million naira to the families of 7 members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, who lost their lives in a fatal motor accident. Each family received 2 million as burial and welfare support in a gesture aimed at easing their hardship during the difficult time. Correspondent Shaibu Umar completes the reports.
Presenting the support on behalf of Governor Muhammadu Inuayahaya, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Abubakar Ibrahim Njodi, described the incident as shocking and heartbreaking. Professor Njodi said the governor was deeply moved by the tragic loss, noting that many of the deceased journalists worked closely with government officials on a daily basis. He conveyed governor's condolences to the NUJ National Body, Gombe State Council, and the management of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, assuring them that the government stands with them in their moment of grief. The SSG offered prayers for the repose of the souls of the departed and urged their families to take solace in the will of Almighty Allah.
Having gone through the list, having known the people I've lost, 7 of them at the same time, I find it really, really tough. If humans knew, if we know our time, they wouldn't have left Katigo that day. But only God knows when they would have left Katigo. So, take our condolences, and may God accept them in a gentle house.
Speaking earlier, NUJ National President Comrade Alassane Yaya expressed appreciation to Governor Muhammadu Inuayahaya for his support and solidarity since the tragic incident. He described the loss of a journalist as the loss of the entire community due to the critical role journalists play in the society. Comrade Alassane Yaya also called for the introduction of health and life insurance schemes for journalists, expressing hope that Gombe State will take the lead in implementing the premium health insurance policy for media professionals. He disclosed that the national template for journalist health insurance will be introduced in February this year.
By thanking most sincerely the governors from far and near for their support and prayers during our trial moment, most especially the Speaker House of Representatives, as well as other chief secretaries from various MDS, as well as special advisors and special assistants to His Excellency across the United States, who send their condolence over the minds of our foreign colleagues.
In a vote of thanks, the General Manager NTA Gombe, Malam Abubakar Adamu, described the incident as painful and unimaginable, noting that the incident happened right before him. He thanked the Gombe State government for its swift response and praised the Director General of Press Affairs Government House for immediate intervention. Malam Adamu revealed that 6 out of the 7 deceased journalists were staff of NTA and prayed that such a tragedy never occurs again.
I told my Director General this morning what is going to happen. He said he would have loved to be here, but there's no time. But when you go, tell His Excellency and whoever assisted him that NTA is highly appreciative of what has been going on from the day 1 to today. We cannot thank you enough. You have done everything for us. You have shown us every love, and we will remain solidly behind you.
Speaking on behalf of the bereaved families, Barrister Abubakar Ahmed thanked Governor Inuayahaya for what he described as an unprecedented show of concern and support.
Kindly extend our sincere gratitude and appreciation for His Excellency.
I also want to thank all the members who participated from day one up to this moment to come to the aid of the families of the deceased people.
He prayed for Allah to reward the governor and appealed to the state government to continue supporting the children left behind, including considering employment opportunities for them to sustain their families. Shaib Umar, GMC News.
Thank you, correspondent Shaib Umar, for the report. Moving forward, Gombe State Governor Mamadou Inwayaya has reiterated his administration's zero tolerance for criminal activities, assuring residents of sustained effort to protect lives and property across the state. We're joining Halilu Mohammed Taylor for details on this.
The governor gave the assurance while receiving the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 12, covering Bauchi and Gombe State, Yaji Abubakar Sadiq Aliyu, during a high-level security meeting held earlier in the week. The meeting followed a recent security breach in Pindiga community of Akko local government area, where 2 persons were killed and 3 others abducted by unknown gunmen. During the meeting, the governor and the AIG reviewed the security situation across the state, focusing on strengthening intelligence gathering, boosting police presence, and enhancing rapid response mechanisms to prevent further breaches of peace. Governor Inouye has stressed that the protection of lives and property remains a non-negotiable priority of his administration, pledging continued support to security agencies through all lawful measures to ensure lasting peace and stability in Gombe State. In his remark, Yaji Abubakar Sadiq Aliyu commended the governor's proactive leadership and assured that the Nigerian police force has intensified effort to track down the perpetrators of Pindiga incident and bring them to justice. He also pledged improved coordination among security agencies under Zone 12, emphasizing the importance of intelligence sharing and community collaboration in sustaining peace. The AIG was accompanied by the Commissioner of Police, Gombe State Command, and other senior officers of the Nigerian Police Force. For GMC News, Halil Muhammad Teli reporting.
Thank you, Halil Mohammed Teli. Moving forward, Dr. Ali Isa JC introduces Sustainable Aquaculture Project for women of Balanga and Billiri in Gombe State. 15 beneficiaries from Billiri, Balanga, Shongwam and Kaltungo local government areas were trained at Ladongo. Our correspondent Yakubu Ajia has more on this.
In an effort to boost the economic status of family of his constituency, the member representing Balanga and Billiri Federal Constituency, Dr. Ali Isa JC, has introduced a sustainable aquacultural development for women. The program, which held at the Dongor area of Billiri local government, drawn its participants, beneficiaries from Billiri, Balanga, Shongom and Kaltungo local government areas. Speaking during the plugging off and handing over of the fish pond, which held at National Biotechnology Research Development Agency, the special guest of honor, who is also the wife of the member, Saadatu Ali Isa JC, said the member deemed it fit to introduce the fish farming in order to make people become self-reliant.
Wani knowledge wannan zai zama mishi riban shi a aljanna yake, yana daga cikin abubuwan da ake kira sadaqatu jariya, ka ba wani knowledge inda kai kake da shi kai impacting wa wani, because wannan abin da ya musu su ma za su sake juya shi akan wasu, so haka abin zai yi ta tafiya zai yi ta tafiya.
Hajiya Saadatu Ali Isa JC, who is also the Talafi of Gombe, called on the beneficiaries to extend the training to others so that it will expand within the zone and avoid selling out the materials, assuring that the fund will be given out to them after their training. The Talafi of Gombe also called for prayers to the member to enable him deliver his mandate. In their speeches, the Director Bioresources Development Center, Billiri, Alhaji Muhammad Sani Abdullahi PhD, who spoke through one of his staff of the center, Saidu Mahmoud, appreciate the support of the sponsor, Dr. Ali Isa JC, and the technical input of the consultant, and encourage the beneficiaries to make good use of the facilities and resources provided so that the impact will be expanded. Also speaking, the consultant Awal Kabir described fish farming business as lucrative, adding that the beneficiaries will be multiplied if they concentrated and utilize the opportunity effectively. Other speakers to include Alhaji Buhari A. Sali, Madam Florence David, and Esther Lawrence Majidadi advised the beneficiaries to consider themselves lucky and utilize the opportunity effectively, calling on them to always pray to the member Dr. Ali Isa JC and his wife Saadatu Ali Isa JC Tallafin Gombe for their effort to bring down opportunities down to their electorate regardless of political differences. One of the beneficiaries, Binta Samaila, expressed delight for having the opportunity and assured to sacrifice for the success of the program.
Ubangiji Allah ya saka mishi shi ma tukuna da alheri. To amma wannan abu ne da aka yi shi wanda kowane beneficiary zai amfana da abun da ya shafi miliyoyi ne ba magana dubu da kaza ba.
Yakubu Najiyar Gadami reporting for GMC News Gombe. In an effort to boost the economic status of family of
Sheikh Abdullahi Usman Shaleng, in admonition of Muslims, has urged Muslims to intensify worship in Rajab, a sacred month with bountiful rewards. He advised Muslims to follow Prophet Muhammad's practice and avoid innovations.
shine ma'anar fala tazlimu fi inna anfusakum, kada ku kuskura ku zalunci kawunan ku a cikin waɗannan watanni guda 10 musamman muna da mu'arada. Kar ka saba wa Allah, kar ka yi abin da za ka saba wa Allah a waɗannan watanni, a waɗannan kwanuka da muke ciki. Ba a yaƙi kuma, ba a shirya tawagan yaƙi a akwai makafirai.
Sheikh Shaleng, who is the chief imam of ADP Quarters Friday Mosque Gombe, has called on the state government to address fire service equipment shortage, citing property destruction due to lack of vehicles. He requested the police to extend motorcycles restriction from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., saying current rules harm businesses. In a new development, the people of Yalmatidebe local government area have been assured of enjoying more dividends of democracy due to the determination of Governor Inoyaya-led administration under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC. The Gombe State Commissioner of Commerce, Industry and Tourism, Alhaji Nasser Muhammad Aliyu, made the remark when receiving the former chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for Gombe Central, Engineer Garba Musa Gwani, also known as Bimasin, and his teaming supporters who defected to the All Progressive Congress (APC), held at the office of the party in Gwani, Shinga and Wade Ward in Gwani East. He described the development as a big catch of Engineer Bimasin, whose influence informed the decision by his teaming supporters to defect, which he attributed it to the lovable policies and programs of Governor Inoyaya-led administration and culminated into viable projects like the Muhammad Buhari Industrial Park Dadunkuwa, road networks, Mega College Dadunkuwa, and water supply, among others. The Commissioner assured the campees of equal treatment as old members of the All Progressive Congress. In their remarks, APC Chairman of Yalmatidebe and that of Gwani Shinga Wade Ward, Alhaji Ali Ismail Okuri and Alhaji Abdu Kubo, and the councillor representing the ward at Yalmatidebe Local Government Council, Usman Shinga, expressed the people's unflinching support to the present administration for its remarkable achievement in Yamotideba. Hence, they are resolved to support members of the APC who can deliver dividends of democracy as at when due and with fairness and justice. In a remark, the Vikampi engineer Garba Musa Gwani Sarkin Yakin Gwani, who spoke the minds of his teaming supporters, assured to work diligently towards the success of the APC as the general election draws closer. He said they defected to the ruling party APC due to the laudable achievement recorded by Governor Inouye administration in the state.
domin ya kawo mana university Allah bai yadda ba sai kikiro university na higher education Allah bai yadda ba yanzu mun yi commissioner na commerce and industry ya kawo mana industrial park din nan a ce inuwa kawai ya ce ba zai kawo ba amma tun da ya mutu zai ba shi kowa sai ya samu miliyan 100 kowane wata sun samu miliyan 100.
The team, which also comprised of executive of all Farmers Association of Nigeria, Gombe State branch, supporters from Akko local government area and well-wishers, delivered goodwill messages and later paid homage to the district head of Gwani East, Alhaji Aliu Ahmed, who was excited and honored. A lady, Sumaya Ahmed Wakili, who was conferred with the traditional title of Haskem Matan Gwani, to which added color to the events. Community leaders in Kwadon District, Yamotideba local government area of Gombe State have commended residents for their commitment to peace and development, describing it as a key factor driving progress in the area and the state at large. The Emir of Yamotideba, Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Aliu, gave the commendation during a meeting and a dialogue on the development of Kwadon town held at the government's secondary school, Kwadon. Represented by the Waziri of Yamatu, Alhaji Muhammad Saluhu, the monarch pressed the people of Kwadon district for their peaceful disposition and urged them to sustain it to ensure lasting peace and development. He lauded Gombe State Governor Alhaji Mahmoud Inouye for executing developmental projects across the state. Speaking at the event, the chairman of Yamotideba Local Government Council, Alhaji Abubakar Hassan Diffa, represented by the councillor Lijukurba Alhaji Musa Ibrahim Kwadon, said the state government has implemented several development projects in the local government and beyond. In his remarks, the district head of Kwadon Alhaji Al-Hassan Abubakar Aliu described the people of Kwadon as peace-loving and development-oriented, noting that this has encouraged communal self-development and vocational activities in the area, and advised parents to properly guide their children and prevent them from engaging in social vices. The divisional police officer of Kwadon Division, Alhaji Idi Adamu, alongside the Galadiman Kwadon, Alhaji Suleiman Adamu, urged residents to obey the law and promote peace within their communities. They also encourage youth to embrace skills acquisition and education to improve their livelihood. In a remark, in vote of thanks, the chairman of the Kwadon Development Association, Barrister Yusuf Abdullahi Kwadon, expressed appreciation to the community for the trust placed in him and pledged to work diligently for the development of Kwadon without discrimination based on religion and ethnicity. In a new development, on a sad note, the remains of late Judith Charles Willeng have been laid to rest at the Christian Cemetery along Bojoga Road in Gombe State. The burial followed a funeral service at the Ekwa Gospel Church of Federal Teaching Hospital Road, Gombe, attended by family members, colleagues, friends, media practitioners and choristers from within and outside, a singing group to which the deceased devoted herself to in the church.
me with them is who? Is Jesus.
During the service, the associate clerics of the church, Reverend Dimas Baero, described the life as a divine opportunity for service, urging Christians to live righteously and in obedience to God. He reminded the congregation that no testimony or accounts after death can change one's eternal destiny, calling on them to reconcile with God and live purposeful lives. In separate tributes, former Gombe State Chief Judge Justice Akila Heyman, speaking for the deceased paternal family and her husband, Mr. Moses Wuleng, described Judith as humble, obedient, and a source of honor to the family. They expressed faith in God's promise of life after death for believers in Christ. The Director of Information at the State Ministry of Information and Culture Orientation, Mr. Richard James, who represented the state government, described the late Judith as a dedicated and versatile staff whose service will be greatly missed. Also speaking, the chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Professor Ezron Joktan Toro, praised her commitment at the board's information unit, noting that she carried out her duties cheerfully and without complaint. The national president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Malam Al-Hassan Yahaya Abdullahi, and the state chairperson of the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, Abigail Kolo Ayuba, described Judith as a committed member of the unions, calling her recent service as secretary to the NAWOT's Electoral Committee. Late Judith Charles Wallen, who was an information officer with the State Ministry of Information, died at the age of 50, leaving behind her husband, a daughter, aged parents, and siblings. May the soul of the faithful departed rest in peace. With this, we end today's edition of News Panorama. Before we go, a recap of the major stories that made the headlines. You heard that Gombe State Governor Mahmoud Inuwa Yahaya has supported families of 7 journalists who lost their lives in a fatal motor accident. Each family received 2 million naira as burial and welfare support in a gesture aimed at easing their hardship during the difficult time. We also brought to you a report that Gombe State Governor Mahmoud Inuwa Yahaya received AIG, assured zero tolerance for crime in Gombe State. The Gombe State Governor Mahmoud Inuwa Yahaya has reiterated his administration's zero tolerance for criminal activities, assuring residents of sustained efforts to protect lives and property across the state. And finally, the Chief Imam of ADP Friday Mosque advised Muslim faithfuls to double efforts in worshipping in the month of Rajab. The Imam described religious activities as a guiding light that shapes faith, character, and purpose. He urged Muslims to combine learning with actions, saying that knowledge without peace, practice loses value. This is 25 News. I am Kezaya Talaywa Madami saying thanks for listening. Stay tuned for the Hausa translation of the bulletins.
Thank you.